Angel Reese is no stranger to controversy, but this time things just hit a whole new level. After being humiliated by basketball experts on national television, Angel Reese went absolutely wild, refusing to stay silent. But that's not all. Caitlin Clark, her on-court rival, just pulled off something that has the entire WNBA and basketball world stunned. What could possibly have caused such a drastic turn of events? The world of women's basketball just got a lot more intense, and we've got all the juicy details right here. Get ready, because this is a story you won't want to miss. It all started when a group of prominent basketball analysts took to their usual sports talk show panel to discuss the current state of the WNBA and its key players. Among the topics of discussion was Angel Reese, one of the league's brightest and most controversial stars. Reese, who had enjoyed a stellar college career before making her leap to the WNBA, had gained a reputation for being fiercely competitive, highly vocal, and unapologetically confident. But her attitude didn't sit well with everyone, especially not with some of these so-called basketball experts. During the broadcast, the panelists didn't hold back their opinions about Reese's recent performance and behavior. Some criticized her for being too emotional, claiming that her on-court antics were overshadowing her undeniable talent. Others suggested that she lacked the maturity and leadership needed to take her game to the next level. The harshest criticism came when one of the experts said outright, "Angel Reese is her own worst enemy." According to him, Reese's fiery personality was preventing her from reaching the heights that she was clearly capable of. For Angel, who had heard criticism before, this felt like a direct attack. After all, she had faced challenges throughout her career, both on and off the court, and had always managed to push through. But these comments struck a nerve, particularly because they weren't just about her basketball skills, they were about her character. And to make matters worse, these comments came during a time when the WNBA was gaining more media attention, meaning that millions of viewers were now questioning her place among the league's elite. The reaction from Angel Reese was swift and unapologetic. Known for her strong social media presence, she took to Twitter almost immediately after the segment aired. In a series of fiery tweets, she called out the so-called experts for underestimating her, insisting that their criticism was rooted in their inability to accept a confident black woman taking control of her narrative. "I'm here to stay," she wrote, "and if you think I'm going to back down because a few people don't like how I play, you've got another thing coming." Her fans rallied around her, flooding social media with support and reminding everyone just how much Angel had already accomplished in her young career. From her dominant performances at LSU to her early successes in the WNBA, Reese had proven time and time again that she belonged at the top of the game. But despite her achievements, the criticism from experts seemed to hang over her, a reminder that even in a league as progressive as the WNBA, players like Angel still face undue scrutiny. As Angel Reese was firing back at her critics, Caitlin Clark, her longtime rival and counterpart, was quietly making moves that would change the WNBA in ways no one saw coming. Clark, known for her sharp shooting and calm demeanor, had always been seen as the foil to Angel's more fiery personality. While Reese wore her emotions on her sleeve, Clark kept a level head, letting her game speak for itself. Recently, Clark had been working on something monumental behind the scenes, and just as Angel's name was being dragged through the mud, Caitlin Clark made an announcement that shocked the basketball world. In a groundbreaking move, Clark revealed that she had signed a historic contract with a major sports media company, one that would allow her to not only continue her career as a WNBA player, but also transition into broadcasting after her playing days were over. The deal included her own feature show where she would analyze and break down women's basketball and other sports from a player's perspective. This news sent shockwaves through the WNBA and beyond. Not only was Clark cementing her status as one of the most marketable players in the league, but she was also taking steps to become a significant media figure. For years, athletes had sought ways to expand their influence beyond the court, but Clark's deal was the first of its kind in the WNBA, marking a pivotal moment in the league's history. The timing of the announcement couldn't have been more intriguing. While Angel Reese was in the middle of a heated battle with the media, Caitlin Clark was expanding her brand and elevating the perception of the WNBA. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. This was about influence, legacy, and setting the tone for the next generation of athletes. And fans quickly took notice of the stark contrast between how the two stars were being perceived in the media. While Caitlin Clark was being praised for her poise and professionalism, Angel Reese was still being criticized for her passion and emotion. The double standard was glaring, and social media was ablaze with debates about the way women athletes, particularly women of color, are treated in the media. Was Reese being unfairly targeted for traits that would be celebrated in her male counterparts? Many believed so, and they weren't afraid to make their voices heard. Angel Reese, however, wasn't about to let Caitlin Clark's success or the media's criticism slow her down. If anything, it fueled her even more. In the games that followed the media's harsh critiques, Reese put on a masterclass in dominance. Her scoring, rebounding, and defense were all taken to new heights as she silenced her critics in the best way possible, by letting her play speak louder than words. One game in particular stood out. It was a high-stakes matchup against a rival team, and all eyes were on Reese to see how she would respond to the recent media firestorm. From the opening tip-off, it was clear that Angel was locked in. She played with an intensity that left both fans and commentators in awe. By the end of the game, Reese had racked up a career high in points, leading her team to a thrilling victory. As the final buzzer sounded, she stood at center court, arms raised, soaking in the moment. The message was clear. Angel Reese wasn't going anywhere. The post-game interviews, however, were just as noteworthy as her performance on the court. When asked about the criticism she had received and how it impacted her mindset, Reese didn't shy away from the topic. "Look, I know who I am," she said. "People can talk all they want, but at the end of the day, I'm here to win. I'm here to make history, and if that bothers some people, that's their problem, not mine." Her defiance and determination only endeared her more to her supporters, who saw in her a role model for resilience and self-belief. And while the media continued to discuss her personality, one thing was becoming increasingly clear. Angel Reese was a star, and no amount of criticism could dim her light. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's media deal continued to garner praise, and speculation grew about what her future in broadcasting might look like. Would she follow in the footsteps of athletes like Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, who seamlessly transitioned from the court to the analyst's desk? Or would she carve out her own unique path in the media landscape? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain. Clark had set the stage for WNBA players to think beyond basketball and explore new opportunities in media and entertainment. In the end, the stories of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark serve as a reminder that the WNBA is more than just a basketball league. It's a platform for change, for growth, and for challenging the status quo. Reese's battle with the media and her relentless pursuit of excellence in the face of criticism showcases the resilience that so many athletes, particularly women of color, must display in their careers. On the other hand, Clark's groundbreaking media deal represents the future of what athletes can achieve, both on and off the court. As the WNBA continues to grow, the contrasting journeys of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark will undoubtedly shape the narrative of the league. Both players are forces to be reckoned with, and their rivalry, both on the court and in the public eye, will only fuel the excitement surrounding women's basketball. While their paths may be different, their contributions to the game are equally significant. And as the WNBA moves forward, fans will be watching closely to see what these two stars do next.